Now I'd like to talk about the resilient cast on for a minute. Pretty much the only time I use the standard long tail cast on is the basis for a resilient cast on. This is worked on circular needles. You're going to cast on and then slide the stitches to the other end of the needle. And I happen to have a very long needle in my hands. And then without the working yarn, you're going to pass slip stitches over. So in this case, I cast on more stitches than working stitches. The way you calculate that is if you have, let's say 10 working stitches, divide by 2, multiply by 3. So divide by 2 is 5, multiply by 3 is 15. And then you're going to get rid of these stitches by going slip, 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 and you're going to pass the last slip stitch over. This leaves you with a standard stitch and what I call a piggyback slip. So there's the standard stitch. Here's the piggyback stitch. I want you to note as I'm doing, I'm kind of pulling it down to set that little knot, which you'll see in a minute. Pardon me, I'm just kind of working around the camera here, which is always interesting. There's the standard stitch. Here is, let me tighten this up, the piggyback stitch. Okay, now when I turn this over, you're going to be able to see I have a nice bumpy edge, and it's naturally spread apart, right? So you'll see in the instructions most times we'll call that on this end, this side, which is the nubby side, which is the right side row, that we will slip the piggyback stitches with the yarn in back just to take out some of that bulk. Okay, so in this case I'm going to slip this stitch, right, and then purl this stitch, slip, purl, slip, purl. Again, this also goes nicely into a 1x1 rib, into a seed stitch, or it's wonderful with stocking net because it kind of gives you a non-rolling edge. All right, look how pretty that is. I'm working with Barocco Chunky, by the way, in size US 8 needles.